Hello, welcome back, the Barbarian Darian. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Batman 2022. Listen, I am the biggest Batman fan, probably, maybe, potentially. I don't know. This thing, got it when I was maybe 2 years old, still works. Never replaced the batteries. I don't know what to tell you. I have the whole thing memorized. Anyways, doesn't matter. Point is, we're reviewing the Batman 2022, starring Robert Pattinson as Batman, directed by Matt Reeves. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I couldn't imagine as a Batman fan wanting anything more. I really could not. To begin, I just want to say the cinematography is some of the best that I've seen in recent years. It was perfect. It really encapsulated the aura that is Gotham and made Gotham so much more than a city, but a character. And I believe it was done even better than Christopher Nolan's interpretation. I felt as if Gotham had its hands around every single character, and you felt the impact that the city had on everybody's actions, their moods, and just how it created certain characters and morphed them into what they are seen as in the film. It was beautifully well done, and the score was phenomenal. It's so hard for me to have anything beat the Batman animated series in terms of like the opening and just the theme of Batman, but this theme is incredible. It's short, it's to the point, it's played multiple times throughout the film, and it is an incredible Batman theme, and it fits perfectly into this gritty, dark reality that this Batman lives in, and I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. Going back to the cinematography, the use of shadows and lack of lighting was perfect, and I felt that it really helped drive home the point that Batman creates fear in all of his criminals, and that's something that's kind of missed out on a lot in certain Batman interpretations, is that legitimate fear that he causes. And so that was great and fantastic in and of itself. Another aspect that I really felt was necessary was the detective aspect. And I won't spoil anything, but there is detective work that needs to be done. This movie is very much like a Seven, starring Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. It reminded me so much of Seven. It was almost as if Batman was dropped straight into Seven, and you just got to see him unravel the mystery of this Zodiac killer, basically. It was incredible. The interpretations of this new Riddler was realistic, yet frightening, yet still true to the original idea of what the Riddler represents, and pushed Batman mentally and his detective skills, which was, again, just so nice to see. I feel like you either get the fighting Batman or the gadget Batman, but we don't get a lot of the detective elements, and so that was incredibly refreshing. And then all the casting is amazing. Andy Serkis is Alfred, even though he's not in it for a long time. He was phenomenal, and you really felt his desire to be the father figure for Bruce, and his shortcomings, or what he perceived as shortcomings, and you get to see their relationship through the lens of Batman, through the lens of Bruce Wayne, and it's really special, I feel like, and you get to see all that, how it affects Alfred, just on an individual basis, and their connection and how close they are. Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman was probably my favorite Catwoman interpretation on screen. I know Michelle Pfeiffer is huge in majority of everybody's hearts, but I just really liked that I believed her to be this cat burglar, because at the end of the day, that's what she was. It was a cat burglar, and you get to see that aspect, and her romantic energy with Robert is palpable and you can really sense it for the most part. I felt like they matched each other really well, and the way that they worked together within the film was very much Batman, Catwoman, year one kind of vibes, and so I was a big fan of that. And then, funny enough, Colin Farrell as Penguin was probably my favorite. Legitimately, he was absolutely amazing. You wouldn't be able to tell Colin Farrell by any stretch of the imagination, and he provided just some levity in certain scenes, and yeah, I just think he really stole the show. Like, every scene he was in, he was just amazing, and it'll be cool to see his series when it comes out, his little mini series that they're doing, because that character is very interesting, and seeing where his arc will go potentially is going to be awesome in the future. As for elephant in the room, Robert Pattinson, you know, after they announced Ben Affleck as Batman, all the negativity around that one, I gave him a chance right away, not because I thought he was an amazing Daredevil, or because Ben gave me anything to really believe he'd be a great Batman, but just wait and see. And sure enough, Ben Affleck, I felt, was a fantastic Batman, and I loved his interpretation of Batman, and he brought the physicality to the role, and even the Bruce Wayne aspects of it all. And so, going from that to then Robert Pattinson, a lot of Twilight jokes, a lot of sparkling jokes, I was ready, and I felt like, you know, let's get another interpretation. And sure enough, wow, I felt that he really encapsulated what a younger, not seasoned Batman would be going through, and this obsession with the Batman, with that persona who, you know, he really is Batman, and that Bruce Wayne is the cover-up. And seeing that he struggles with the Bruce Wayne aspect because he's so engulfed in the Batman is another thing that we don't really see in previous Batman movies. Usually there's a balance between the two personas. In this one, it's kind of morphed into one because he has yet to realize the importance of his Bruce Wayne side, and utilizing that to his advantage. And I think that as his story kind of progresses throughout different films, we will really get to see that transformation into what our ideal Batman is and who Bruce Wayne is. Because right now, I really enjoy that you get to see the character not be perfect. And so some people are going to say he's a little too emo. Some people are going to say he's a little too brooding. But again, if you're talking about Batman, you can't do Batman without some brooding. And Robert's ability to really just accentuate power, dominance in a scene without having to necessarily have an incredible amount of dialogue. I can't imagine there being another Batman that's actually spoke less in a film. But it's just his presence in general. He's not this overly buff, dominating dude, but the way he carries himself, you don't believe for a second that he's not Batman. And I was just very impressed, and I love that they decided with the characters to, again, with Batman in particular, he's not fully Batman yet. He's still learning things, and you will see certain scenes where it's like it's not as smooth as you would expect from a Batman. But my goodness, is it amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Out of 10, I'd give it probably like, you know, gosh, 38 batarangs. And then, you know, it was batastic. It was amazing. I don't know what else to say. If you don't like it, you know, that's film subjectivity, you know. Everybody's going to feel a different way, but for me, as a diehard Batman fan, I couldn't imagine a better movie. I'm stoked on it. I can't wait to see the direction in which it goes. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? If you have seen it, talk to me. Let me feel it. I want to know if you're as excited as I am. I want to know if you felt it as much as I did, because I damn near cried like a little baby. I just wanted to be in that theater. It was a 3-hour movie, and I needed about 68 more hours of it. But yeah, it was phenomenal. Anyways, that's it for today.